Hi, this is Mr. Shumway. This video clip explains how to write equations from table data. Here's an example. We can plot these points. X is 2, y is 1. So if each one of these is 1, I go over 2 up 1, over 4, up 5. So our line looks something like this if I were to connect those points. And we keep going at that same slope. Across the y-axis there at -3. So I could write my equation, say, well, y goes up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So y is changing twice as much as x. And it crosses the y-axis at -3. There's our intercept right there. We could do this mathematically. Without using graph paper, we could say, well, going from 1 to 11 is an increase of 10. Going from 2 to 7 is an increase of 5. So 10 divided by 5 is 2, so we know that y is changing twice as much as x. It doesn't matter which pairs we choose. We could choose going from 5 to 11. Let's try it. Well, from 5 to 11 is an increase of 6. But from 4 to 7 is an increase of 3. Still, y is changing twice as much. Okay, and then to find the y-intercept, we'll just plug in one of those points. Choose the value of x and the value of y that goes with it. So if I choose x is 2, y is a 1. So 1 is equal to 4 plus something. Solving, I subtract the 4 from each side and leaves b. And 1 minus 4 is -3. So now I can rewrite this equation as y equals 2x. Instead of saying plus -3, I will just say -3. And that's the same we got with graphing it. Go back one. Okay, so going from 2 to 6 is an increase of 4. Going from 4 to 8 is an increase of 4. So y is changing the same amount as x. So y is changing the same amount as x plus something. Well, let's put in maybe a 4 and a 2. So x is a 4, y is a 2. Let's solve for b. That's -2 is b. So y equals x plus -2. I can say plus -2, but let's just say -2. Well, let's plot these points. 1, -1, and 4, 2. If I connect those two points, does this line describe something that goes through the y-axis at -2? Yes, it does. Well, it doesn't have to be just x and y. It could be years and sales, maybe in the thousands or something. So if we wanted to write an equation that matches the increase in the sales, if it's increasing by the same amount every year, we need to find out by how much it increases. Well, going from 108 to 152, let's do 152 minus 108. That gives us 12 minus 8 is 4. 4 minus 0 is 4. So it's increasing by 44 when the years are increasing by 2. Well, that's 22 every year. So we could say that the sales is equal to 22 more every year plus some starting value. We won't choose the 1 for the starting value because we want that to be when t is 0. So when we put in a 1, we'll get 108. So it needs to be 22 less than 108. But let's just choose any point here. Let's choose that one maybe. And so if I put in the years is 2 and the sales is 130, then I can find out what B has to be. Because then I just subtract 44 from each side. And 30 minus 44 is 86. So, let's scroll a little bit here. So, that equals 86, and so the sales will equal 22,000 more every year, plus 86,000 as my beginning point. Let's look at another one here where we one of the points is 0. One of the values for x is 0, so that tells us the y-intercept is going to be -1. And from there we go over 2, up 3. So there's our line. Does that match with the -3? There's a -5 and -7. Is that the same on the same line? Let's try it out and see. Yep. Okay, so we could write the equation because it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 2. We're changing twice as much, so y equals 2x, and the y-intercept is -1. We can grab that one off the table. When x is 0, that's your y-intercept there. That you're on the y-axis when x is 0.